Hey everyone, Owen Fox here from Ireland. On this video I want to make a video about the correlation between constitutional inherited strength, which is clearly and constantly repeatedly shown and tested through iridology readings, and we look at the colour and the structure of a person's iris, which is the colourful ring, okay, around the pupil, with the difference between that, the constitutional inherited strength, and toxicity load in the human body. There's a very strong correlation, and it also correlates with detox symptoms, like how severe and how well we eliminate from the body. So, like, basically speaking, I've been studying health for approximately 15 years. I've gone more into it, and there's been more information available to study online for the last 10 years, and I've had my own practice as well of my own body and my own iridology, my own constitutional strength, and my own experiences with detoxing and detoxification symptoms and how my body feels and responds, okay? So this is a topic that I almost never hear anybody speaking about this. So I've just come up with this myself, basically speaking, for the most part, although I know I'm not the only one, but I just never hear it. It's not a common thing. And I'm sure Dr. Morse knows about it, but maybe he hasn't thought about it like fully and deeply. So, you see, what inspired me to make this video is because I was listening to some, as usual, like some videos on raw food and detoxing and like mono cleansing, like mono 21-day watermelon cleanse, like mono grape cleansing, the grape cure, healing cancer with doing mono grapes for like a number of days, like a month, for example, or more. And I've heard two people recently talk about juicing. They said like they feel like it's a myth that you feel tired during a juice feast, as if it's like not true or something. But see, what these people don't get is, like, it depends on the person, it depends on the constitutional strength, it depends on the toxicity load. So this is imperative to know, and I'll explain it now in a second, okay? Like, I did a 35-day juice feast in my mid-20s, and I felt like terrible for 35 days. I was really cold, really tired, a lot of cravings, and I just felt terrible. It was a real like grind. I didn't feel higher energy, I felt lower energy. I just felt like poor. It wasn't a happy time for me at all, like. And that's because back then my adrenals and my adrenals were really bad. My energy was very low. I'd really wiped myself out. And because I have constitutional inherited strength, if you have a weak constitutional strength, your organs in general, depending on how weak or medium or strong it is, like, it took Anne Osborne, who's been a fruitarian for like around 30 years now, it took her a year and a half, because I asked her personally, it took, I think, about a year and a half to transition to full fruitarianism, just fruits, okay, and water. But in that year and a half, before making the decision, okay, it took a year and a half to transition, and in that time she had whole food, cooked vegan food, and she gradually reduced it till full elimination a year and a half later, okay? So that means, like, food as it grows or you see it growing. So no sausages, burgers, no general like mixtures and, you know, balls, and it's just broccoli, carrot is carrot, potato is a potato. It's pretty simple, it's pretty easy to digest, it's very natural, it's whole food. It's not like a whole lot of powders and like mixtures and oils and, you know, binding agents and, like, you know, all this sort of stuff. So, but she has a really strong constitution. Her cells are fit, strong and able, like people who've been training for like 10 years or something, like they're really fit and strong and powerful and fast recovery. Whereas if you have a weak constitutional strength, it's the opposite. It's like you're fat, you're overweight, you're tired, you're maybe like not very well, you don't have a lot of energy, you're not very strong, you're not in shape. You see, and then it's the medium range. So if your adrenals, usually inherited strength typically means like it's across the board, nearly all of your organs are the same for the most part, but it's definitely not always mean that. Like you can have certain organs weak and other ones are like stronger, but you wouldn't have one that's like really strong, like I mentioned, that then one is like just weak. But it could have ones that are a little bit weaker, a little bit stronger, but all in all, you're either medium, weak, or strong, or somewhere in the middle. Okay, now I've been studying Dr. Morris in iridology. Okay, if you, as you grow up, and let's say you become 20 or 30 and you learn about raw foods, you learn about detoxing, but by that age, by the time, let's say you're 25, okay, if you have a strong adrenals, a strong lymphatic system, strong kidneys, what that's going to mean is all your life, no matter what you've been doing or taking or eating, etc., or if you've been fasting or cleansing or not, all this time, every hour of every day, every sleep, your body will have been with a strong constitution. Your body will be strongly and powerfully and fitly and recovering fast to efficiently, without symptoms, and fastly eliminate toxins and drugs and chemicals, smoking, like exhaust fumes, like fake chemical perfumes, toothpaste, shampoo, deodorant, skincare, shaving gel, hair gel, paint fumes or paint and like chemicals in the home, like chemical dishwasher tablets. I've used none of these in like around 20 years by the way, so I haven't had a flu in 20 years, because the flu is a strong detox symptom, which you probably don't know because I've been told otherwise. I haven't used like fake chemical, fake supermarket conditioner, no deodorant, no nothing like that. I don't even use like anything underarm or anywhere for a very, very, very long time. So yeah, basically speaking, and then of course is the food, cooked oils, like processed wheat powder, grains, like cooked protein is the worst in general, like, and cooked protein, like dead animals, a typical omnivore, carnivore, dead animal diet, which rots loads of uric acid waste, putrefaction, helps promote the infestation of parasites and worms and in your intestines, which is pretty gross, but a lot of acid residue and stickiness and like smelliness, and not good, you know, putrefaction of protein, slime, and yeah, it's one of the worst things you can do in cancer promoting things you can do for cancer, cardiovascular disease, a horrible plaquing of your arteries, capillaries, veins and venules and arterioles, including erectile dysfunction, because that's what it's about, blood flow and blood circulation to your penis, as well as stroke, if I haven't already said that, you know. So cancer, stroke, cardiovascular disease, all this sort of stuff, dementia, brain issues. So the more we clog and acidify, the more damage and ill health we're going to have, okay? So that's a different topic and you may already know that. But I'm going to get back to the correlation. Whereas if you have, let's say, a weak constitution and you've been eating all this stuff all your life and you've been drinking, having alcohol, maybe recreational drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, maybe toxins and chemicals, pesticides, insecticides, like all that sort of stuff, okay? We've obviously been exposed to air pollution, people burning things from the chimneys, okay? So there's always we live not in Eden anymore, which is fine because we're souls, we choose to come here, and it's all good in that respect. But from the physical perspective, the world has never been as toxic or polluted, and loads of crap everywhere, and food wrecking residue in our bodies from the incorrect food. We're raw food, vegan, frugivores in my opinion, for sure. But you know, I'm not going to argue and I'm not going to debate, bother with anyone. I don't mind if I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but I don't care if you're right or wrong. Like, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to fight or argue with anyone over that topic, okay? I'm not going to spend my energy either, like doing that, basically speaking. I don't mind, I don't need to be right, it's not my ego saying that. But, so, if you have a weak constitutional strength all your life, instead of being fit, strong, powerful, like almost like an army, like a fit professional sports person, because you're really strong. Because it's very strong, like Anna Osborne, there's strong, there's like medium strong, there's medium weak, very weak. I'd say I probably have like medium weak, or medium weak, something along those lines, you know, maybe medium weak. And it makes like detoxing much harder, because all somebody's life like this, okay, instead of like removing the trash from your house, the clutter, brilliantly, fastly, quickly, easily, no problem, not tired, not exhausted, it doesn't feel bad. If you have a weaker constitutional strength, and that not only you're going to get a big build-up of trash is what I'm trying to say. You're not evacuating the clutter and the waste and the trash from your body house. It's not good. You're gonna have a much more toxic load. Like, I've seen loads of viruses of so many people in my life, so many. It's mad. The younger people are the worst because they've got the weaker constitutional strength. They're the way, and they also like typically didn't eat what our grandparents say. Grandparents have the best. The older you are, the better your constitution. The younger you are, usually the worse. And the older you are, because you've got such a brilliant cleaning system in operation, as well as thyroid, everything like pancreas, spleen, parathyroid, thymus gland. This is all constitutional strength too. So is your digestion, your absorption, your utilization of minerals and food and nutrients. It's so imperative. Like, constitutional strength is the number one thing you want to shoot for in life in terms of physical health. And the better you are, the more you can get away with a shitty diet and lifestyle, and the worse you are, the more you have to be meticulous with like brilliant lifestyle and diet. So I'm a little bit more on the other end. I already said, like medium weak. So if you don't have a good cleaning system and good overall, every single like part of your body is like fit and strong. If it's more on the weaker, tired way, what that's going to mean is you have a toxic buildup. And then what happens is, when you try and get healthier and save energy through eating more natural food, when you save energy by unloading the strain on your digestive system through like unhealthy and unnatural food, okay, we know what that is on both ends, the good or the bad or whatever, the positive or negative. When you save the energy, that's when the body cleans itself. Now, fruits help cleanse because they have certain things to dissolve and loosen up the crap inside of your intestines and in your body, okay? But really, it's all about the body's vital force. You need that energy and vitality to clean and evacuate. So if that's been weakened through severe like exhaustion or damage or depletion and bad practices, which is what I did, because that's one thing, and the other thing is, like I said, constitutional strength, okay? So vital force / energy and adrenal strength, that's like the second thing I'm mentioning, and the first thing is constitutional strength. Now, if both of those, if the vital force goes down, that's tied in with constitutional strength, because if you get a stronger constitutional strength, you can do crap, shitty, like dangerous stuff or bad stuff and poor lifestyle habits, and instead of getting like weakened and depleted and exhausted and damaged, you can spring back like really fast. Like, the best professional boxers are typically from islands, or they're black. Same with black sports people, they hold the records in loads of long distance and sprints, so both ends of the spectrum, okay? And same with professional boxers, like a lot of them from Mexico, like Trinidad and Tobago, many places like that. Like, there's a lot of really good strong gene pools, so to speak. Basically speaking, that's what it is, constitutional strength gene pool. So you're much hardier and resilient. And so anyway, let's say then you learn about detoxing when you're age 25 or something. You try and switch to more raw food or whole food vegan, or even cooked vegan, processed vegan. You save energy off the cooked omnivore, like chemical-ivore diet. And then your body tries to detox. It detox as fast as what the load and strain you're putting in your digestive system. Okay, that's one of it. That's the third thing. And the first thing is your vital force / energy. Okay, and the other thing is your constitutional inherited army power. Like, I'm not in favor of armies, but you're just like the fitness, like professional athlete strength, or like really unfit, tired, slob, weak person. I'm not judging anyone. You can call me a slob if you want, but I'm not calling anyone a slob, but you know what I mean, right? So then you try and detox, and the person who's had a really strong constitution, high energy all their life, they have way less toxic load because we've been cleaning out the trash like constantly forever. But then the poor old person, I'm not trying to say really poor as if like poor victim, then the person who's like the weaker and lower energy, they have more toxic load because they're not as strong, they haven't been cleaning as brilliantly all their life. So then they have more toxic load. So then it's a compounded situation. They try and detox, and suddenly their body's just not able to like powerfully, like resiliently deal with it and cope with it and say, hey, bring it on. Like, I can cope with this. I can carry like 40 kilograms of coal on my shoulder, no problem. Whereas the weak person might like, give me 20. Oh my God, I'm struggling with 20. It feels shit. So that's why some people feel brilliant on a juice feast or any type of fruit cleanse, or even just switching to like whole food vegan, or depending on your toxicity load and the lightness of your diet. and other people, like, so other people struggle terribly, like me, and I know other people who struggle on juice feasts over and over again, and other people have switched to it and they're feeling great. Like, one person who I know is like Gillian Berry. She's like really good. I really like her a lot. She's like a lovely inspirational and educational YouTube channel. I highly recommend seeing her. She didn't know why she felt so good, or why other people felt so bad, should I say, because she felt so good. And now in this video I'm explaining it, she was the inspiration of this video. At least this topic, like learning that people don't know the correlation. So now you know, because she's been a raw vegan for 5 years approximately before I started doing my stuff like mono grape cleanse and watermelon mono cleanse for 21 days and 28 days. 28 days grapes and 21 days in watermelon only. And she felt very good because she had like around 5 years of cleansing under her belt from raw vegan food. And I think her constitutional strength is like pretty decent enough anyway from just looking through at a video on through the screen, you know. So, and now I know, like, I also know why people like struggle. Like, I know a guy who even struggles not even doing a juice feast or a mono fruit, or even just general, like a mixed juicy fruit cleanse, or even a raw vegan cleanse. But he just struggles, like, just to be raw vegan. Like, he just gets like, because I've seen his iridology, he's got weak constitution and he's got a big toxic load. So it's really hard. It's like someone finding it really easy to pick up 60 kilograms and an athlete, a pro, and another person is like sick and unwell, like struggling with 10, 20 kilograms. You know, even you can say 100 kilograms and 10 kilograms. So anyway, that's all I want to say. I better go. Loads of love. I hope this video helped. If you want to be a friend, I'm going to have more help videos on the way too, because I've been studying this for 15 years from a whole variety of the top teachers in the world that I know of, so many. And I just think I don't make enough videos on this topic because my biggest passion is spirituality, self-development, self-healing, healing relationships, healing your life, healing your family dynamic through self-awareness, self-empowerment and self-healing. That's my passion. I have books coming out on this, and my first new one on this is a really big upgrade in the ones I made 5 years ago. And I'm really excited to bring out this and my video course on the same topic, okay? Because I've been through this, I've walked the path of everything I'm mentioning on all these topics, and I'm very excited to start this new chapter of my life. So I'm a little bit like lost a bit of weight recently, doing some cleansing, so that's just part and parcel. And I could explain this at length, but I won't bother right now in this video. But I hope this video helps tie in the pieces of the puzzle. And yeah, feel welcome to befriend me on social media like Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe, give this video a like and a share if you've liked it and feel like sharing if you feel like it. And if you befriend me on Facebook, for example, just leave a little personal message rather than just saying like a random friend request. And leave a little tiny little message if you want to connect, and that feels nice. So yeah, lots of love. Have a great day, and love and respect to you and your family, and I wish you all very, very well. Loads of love from Ireland. Peace, love and happiness, and living in our truth with empowerment and self-confidence and great happiness, because the gift of life is just unreal. Just having a nice like coconut from Tesco. But yeah, another thing I wanted to say is like some people can like water fast. The fittest, strongest, the healthiest people can generally water fast with little to no bad feeling at all, or even dry fast, and they feel nothing. They just feel great. Like Eli Martyr, Orville Douglas, or even people in very high level like Dan MacDonald, who've gone very high. I think Eli is the strongest one that I know who's done the most water fasting and dry fasting. And yeah, people who are more like have done a lot of extensive cleaning of their body, like people who are living on prana more, like who eat little food, very little food comparatively to others, or the way they used to, or the way society depicts we should or need to. They eat very little to nothing at all, or very little. That's what the definition of a breatharian, not. But that's really pranic living. Even like the more modern woman, Jasmine says her book was supposed to be called Pranic something, but the publishers said, "Ooh, living on light sounds better. It'll attract more buys." But yeah, so some people, like my ex-partner, like she can like stroll, like she's from the Caribbean, super strong constitution. She can stroll through water fasts, even like mono watermelon, orange juice cleanses. So that's another thing. Like a fast is a water fast with no calories, no nutrients, nothing macronutrients, nothing micronutrients. It's just water. Or you could do a dry fast, which is the same as water fast, except there's no water. It's just like dry, nothing, air. Okay. Everything else is a cleanse. It's not a juice fast. It's not a watermelon fast. It's not a grape fast. It's a cleanse. Okay. just to be strict, like just be clear about it, you know. So it's good to distinguish and know your facts deeply, and then you connect the dots and understand the situation exactly. So the people like Arnold Ehret, brilliant teacher too, one of my teachers, he says, like, you know, V equals P minus O, so that means like vitality equals power minus obstruction. So obstruction, yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. So the point I really want to make is, like, he made the point that if you want to see how sick, healthy or clean or impure your body is, just stop eating, have water, do a little water fast, and the weaker or worse you feel, it means the more obstructed or toxins you have in your body, the more clutter, the more like garbage or trash you have in your body, okay, the more pollutants. So that's not a good thing, and that leads to like bad things, obviously, eventually, and even at the moment to less quality of life, which is okay, you know, we can deal with it. None of us have optimal quality of life right now, so it's just something to work towards, right? This is almost just like a game of the soul, to be honest, really. To be honest, all the stuff on earth, or even physical form, we're just visiting here. It's not our truest truth. We'll live on, and the soul will be dropped. I mean, the body will be dropped, just like our vehicle or vessel, or boat. We're sailing through life. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. So yeah, so the unhealthy you'll struggle with water fasting or juice feasting, or like mono grape feasting, or watermelon cleansing, you know, or even just juicy fruit only, like Orville Douglas does every second month, a fruit only, juicy fruit only cleanse. And yeah, it's some people find it easy, some people find it hard. Some people have been raw vegans for many years, like do, and they feel brilliant, and they're running 50-mile races like a lady, and she's doing her second 25 miles faster than her first 25 miles. Okay, so this is obviously somebody who's already an athlete. They've been raw vegan and cleansing for a number of years, making their body stronger and stronger, more efficient by taking out the garbage, taking out the trash, everything becoming more better. But if, let's say, you're just like coming from an omnivore diet, like there's a good chance you're going to have like very strong detox symptoms. Or let's say you have a weak constitution, you're going to have you just feel weak, tired, cravings. You're not taking the trash out efficiently. It's like being dragged along. It's like, you know, just difficult. So I hope this video like tied in a lot of knots, you know. So I hope this video truly helps. So all the best again. So yeah, signs and symptoms I wanted to say of strong constitution. Many professional boxers are like this. They quit, they gain loads of weight, become fatter in the face, they just become plump, because their adrenals are strong, their digestion is strong, their absorption of what they digest and break down is strong. They get the gathering, collecting and getting and using and absorbing and assimilating and a lot of the nutrients, most, if not like all, like nearly everything. So what to eat to gain weight quick. Say my ex-girlfriend from the Caribbean, very strong constitution, really straight lines, like the spoke of a wheel, instead of like cracked and like fuzzy and squiggly. That's like a weak constitution. She gains weight easily. So a sign of good constitution, health or vigor, good health and vitality is you gain weight easily and you lose weight easily. It's both. You're flexible, you can go up and down, especially gaining weight. Obviously gaining weight can be a sign of different things. It could be a sign of like slow thyroid, or like this type of stuff. A slow metabolism, and obviously overeating, obviously as well ties into it. And a sign of like not the best health is you got weak digestion, absorption, assimilation of what you eat, and that's tied in with skinniness, not being able to gain weight, and just being thin, slim, frail, not being able to gain muscle and weight. But yeah, obviously that can be genetical, but the constitutional strength is genetical. So that's what it really is. Obviously it can be metabolism, which is different than constitutional strength. It's just part of your overall genetics. So yeah, I think I have a very fast energy, a very fast mind. I process and move emotions very fast. Like one lady said, like, own lightning fox. Like, you really are lightning fast with your emotional processing. Holistic acupuncturist. I've been to loads of healers and like healers and holistic healers basically throughout the years, to heal my holistic self, body, mind, spirit, emotional healing, past trauma, all this sort of stuff. But the reason why I got so deep into physical health is because like this is my physical vessel, and body, mind, spirit is connected. So how our physical body is relates to our mental, emotional and creative and spiritual well-being. So you have to work in the physical body. So yeah, I hope that extra information helps you truly too.